Rain pressed the city into a blur the night Leela Hart ducked under the awning of a private museum, heels in her hand, breath ragged from a job interview that had collapsed into humiliation. The security guard by the door noticed her shaking and offered a towel like it was nothing, like she was nothing more than a person caught in weather. His name was Evan Cole, or that's what he said, and he had the quiet posture of someone trained to stand still while the world passed. They talked because there was nowhere else to go, because the storm made a small universe of the lobby, because grief loosens tongues. She told him about losing her mother, about the bills, about the way New York felt like a promise with a sharp edge. He listened without fixing anything, which felt like oxygen. When the storm softened into a whisper, he walked her home to be sure she was safe. The rest happened without choreography or bravado, just two adults finding warmth in a night that felt unforgiving, a door closed gently, a morning light too honest. She woke before dawn to the panic of clarity, a familiar survival instinct kicking her upright. Leela dressed fast, heart hammering with the shame she'd been trained to carry for needing anyone. She left a note that said thank you and I'm sorry in the same breath, and slipped into the street before he woke, deciding to run from a mistake before it learned her name. For days she avoided the museum, avoided the block, avoided the memory of his steady voice. She landed a temp job at a logistics firm downtown and told herself momentum was the same thing as healing. Then the firm announced a town hall, a surprise appearance from the CEO, a man known for avoiding cameras and loving efficiency more than applause. When he walked on stage, the room tightened. Evan Cole wore a suit that fit him like a second skin, eyes the same calm, the name the same, the truth suddenly unavoidable. Leela's stomach dropped through the floor. He found her after, not with anger or triumph, but with relief, like someone who'd been holding a breath too long. He told her the guard job was a habit, a way to stay close to real people while his life filled with boardrooms and handlers. He told her he'd recognized her fear that morning and respected it, even if it hurt. Leela told him she didn't belong in a story where men hid their power and women were expected to adapt. She quit the temp job on the spot and tried to disappear again, this time into a city that seemed suddenly smaller. Evan didn't chase with flowers or grand gestures. He sent one email, precise and patient, acknowledging the imbalance, naming it, refusing to erase it. He said he already loved her, not because of the night, but because she ran when she needed to, because she told the truth when it cost her something, because she wanted a life that didn't ask permission. Months passed. Leela built something steady at a nonprofit that taught financial literacy to women starting over. She learned how to stand without bracing. On a bright fall afternoon, Evans showed up to volunteer, sleeves rolled, no entourage, standing in line like anyone else. They spoke again as equals, carefully, choosing words that made space instead of claims. Love, when it returned, did so without disguise. It didn't erase the guard or the CEO, it insisted on the man. When they finally walked together into a future neither of them had planned, it felt earned, not fated. A decision made in daylight, the city wide open around them.